guys, welcome to Geekbuying. I'm Sammy. Nowadays, there are tons of electric scooters on the road. Tall ones, short ones, one wheel, two wheels, or even four wheels. Some are easy to learn and some seems impossible to ride properly. Today, I've selected 5 common electric scooters on the market and compared them in 3 different dimensions, which are usability, security, and overall user experience, to help you choose the one that suits you best. Let's start with the simplest one, Kugoo S1. You basically do not need to read the instructions or get help from others. Once fully charged, turn on the switch, press the throttle, here you go. Even if you don't have experience riding any type of electric scooter, you can still become an expert in 5 minutes. It's also easy to get started with SYL08. However, this one has no handle for you to hold, but it has 2 straps for your feet. To control its movement, you only need to twist the throttle, but you should be noted that it's very fast. The speed can be up to 40 km per hour, about 1.3 times the maximum speed of Kugoo S1. Be careful about that. The next is this dual-wheel electric scooter. It has no handle and straps. You can only lean your body backward or forward to control its movement. For newbies, when you first try to stand on it, you will find it's spinning non-stop, but once you lean your body a bit forward, it moves smoothly. The key to learn it is you have to relax your body and do not be afraid to lean. Once you know how to ride it, you are going to love how smooth the ride is. But for a complete novice, it may take an hour or 2 of practice. Look at this pair of electric hover shoes that look like cockroaches. Seems like, holy smoke, I'm never going to know how to ride it. But in fact, its self-balancing function determines that they are not too difficult to ride. After booting up, they will automatically pair and then balance themselves. As long as you keep your feet relaxed and slowly step on it, you'll manage to stay stable. But for beginners, they are prone to split your legs while you're riding. You just need to adjust your feet in the same direction and then slightly point your toes inwards to get your feet centered again. The last is the most difficult, single-wheel electric scooter. The reason why it's so difficult to learn is it has no self-balancing function. You have to rely on your own body balance and not be afraid of falling. You can learn by riding next to the wall to keep balanced. It took me 2 days, 3 hours each to finally learn it. In general, from my point of view, for usability, the Kugoo S1 is better than the other scooters. You don't need to spend extra time to learn it, and you will be very comfortable with it. The most difficult thing is the single-wheel scooter. It just takes too much time to learn, and I'm not suggesting you to get one of these if you are a busy person. To measure the security of an electric scooter, the first is its brake. In terms of braking force, the Kugoo S1 has 2 brakes, front hand brake and the foot brake. For SYL08, you can only use the remote controller to brake, and it's not bad. The remaining 3 models brake rely on the body to lean back. Now let me test the braking effects of these 3 models. I reach the maximum speed and then lean back. From the test, you can see the unicycle scooter has the best braking force, and next to it is the dual-wheel scooter. The worst is the electric hover shoes. So in terms of security, there's no doubt that the Kugoo S1 is the best because of its stop braking system. Also, check out the design. It has a handle for you to hold, which gives you a sense of security before you even ride on it. The second is the ability to deal with all kinds of roads. Let's start with the worst. That's the hover shoes. They can only be used on the flat cement road. Why? Because the tires on this product are solid and have a limited height. That means even on a slightly uneven surface, your feet will jitter, let alone the bumpy roads. However, we have to understand that this product is not designed for you to commute. It's for young people to have fun at some squares with the friends and the wagons. Next is the dual-wheel scooter. Also because of its wheels, it's not suitable for rough roads, but it is much better than the hover shoes. At least it can still handle some rough roads. However, when the road is narrow, it will get stuck instantly. While we're shooting the scooter's review, we found that the dual-wheel scooter is a perfect shooting track. Seems you can save another expensive photo gear. The unicycle scooter is heavier than the previous two, but its tire is still relatively shallow, which also determines that it cannot walk very smooth on rough ground, but its obstacle crossing ability and stability are better than them. Now move to my favorite scooter, Kugoo S1. It has really good handling ability on all kinds of roads, even on some soft sand or muddy roads, let alone uphill or downhill and across some small obstacles. The best, I think, is SYL08. After all, it has 4 wheels, and the diameter of the tire is very large, so it can easily go over obstacles and perform smoothly on different roads. Of course, you cannot ride on a road that's too narrow. Through the comparison of the first 2 runs, we can clearly see that the electrical balance scooter like Kugoo S1 is the easiest one to use, and it can basically cope with all kinds of roads. But a good aspect of user experience that should be also considered is portability, battery life, and the price. In terms of portability, let's take a look at the biggest one, SYL08. It weighs 13.5 kilograms. I really don't want to go up the stairs with it at all. The second most heavy one is the unicycle, which weighs around 12 kilograms. But fortunately, it has a handle for you to hold while you go stairs. The dual wheel scooter and the Kugoo S1 are all around 11 kilograms, but the former has no handle. You can only hold the middle, while for the Kugoo S1 it can be folded, which makes it the best portable scooter in our comparison. Each of the hovershoes weighs about 7 pounds. Even though they are the lightest, they're not necessarily the best. You have to use both hands to hold them. In terms of battery life and price, I listed them all on the screen. You can check that out. If we combine the price with the battery life, unsurprisingly, the Kugoo S1 is the most cost-effective. To conclude, I was so amazed by the performance of the Kugoo S1 after I compared with those common scooters on the market. I mean, if you are a bit urban white collar like me and just want to save some time from your home to the subway or the subway to company, or just want to go out for a picnic on the weekend with your friends, the Kugoo S1 is your best choice. Whether from the cost of learning, safety considerations, battery life, or price, it's definitely a super invincible electric scooter. On the other hand, if daily commute is not your first priority and you just want to challenge yourself and just want to have a scooter to enrich your spare time, then it's recommended to buy a unicycle, dual wheel scooter, or the hovershoes. They are not good for daily commute, but very fun to play with. As for SYL08, it's heavy and relatively more expensive than others. It's more suitable for outdoor sports enthusiasts. If you are an enthusiast, you won't be disappointed by its performance. Alright, that's the review of the common scooters on the market, and I hope this video has helped you better understand what scooter is right for you. If you do have any questions about them, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section. I'm Sammy, see you next time.